My parents make me take a blood bath once a year. I found out why. Once a year, my parents had me take a blood bath. It was always right before my birthday, a tradition I didn't enjoy, but never questioned. My mother would lead me upstairs. My father sat on the edge, dipping his fingers in to check the temperature. I would sit while he poured it over my skin and hair, ensuring I was completely covered before letting me out. Then, I had to wait for it to dry, making my skin tight and sticky. Afterward, I was sent to bed with a hug and a kiss. On my birthday, the first thing I did was shower watching the red wash-off. Then, it was like any other birthday. Fields, gifts, and cakes. I never thought our tradition was abnormal. I was excited for my 10th birthday. The prospect of having 2 digits in my age thrilled me immensely. I was homeschooled all my life, but I had lots of friends in my neighborhood I could invite to my party. I asked my friend Jimmy if he could come, but he said, "I have to visit my cousins on Saturday, but maybe I can play with you the day before." He had asked, I thought about it, but I knew my annual blood bath was scheduled that day, disappointed. I explained to him why it wouldn't work. "That's the day I have to take my bath," I told him. "Okay, well, maybe after." "No, I'll be all sticky. And besides, the blood gets everywhere." I could see from his expression I had said something wrong. He rushed to tell everyone, calling me a vampire and upsetting both our parents, though for different reasons. That night, I had my first discussion about the blood bath with my father. He sat me down on the couch and got very serious. "Now, Ben, today will be the last time you talk about the baths you have to take," he said sternly. He explained that everything we did wasn't considered normal, and by keeping it to myself, I was doing everyone a favor. After that talk, I became more curious. It was intriguing to me that not everyone had to take these baths. As I grew, I did what all boys do. I rebelled hard. Since I didn't go to school, I tried even harder to fit in when I was with my friends. I smoked, I vandalized, I stole alcohol from my parents. Some of it could be attributed to peer pressure, but a lot of it was my own choices. I wanted a reputation. I wanted to be revered as some sort of anarchist. I kept pushing the envelope, creating a significant rift between my parents and me. On the eve of my 16th birthday, I decided to refuse my blood bath. I was lying on my bed, listening to music, and reading when my mother came in to tell me it was ready for me. I knew it was coming. I had my response ready. "I'm not taking it," I said, refusing to look up from my book. "So please don't make it hard." "You know you need it," she said, wringing her hands with worry. I continued to ignore her as she pleaded. After a while, my father came down to see what was happening. "What's going on?" he asked, appearing at the door. My mother explained the situation, her face turning bright red. "Ben, it's going to happen whether you like it or not," he yelled. I threw my book across the room. "Oh yeah, you think?" I retorted instantly, rising to the challenge. His eyes widened and his nostrils flared. He was angrier than I had ever seen him. "That's it," his voice now a growl. Without thinking, I rushed toward him, pushed him aside and ran down the stairs. I could hear him yelling after me all the way, begging me to come back. I ran for a long time, eventually running out of breath and resting near a bus stop in town. I sat for a few minutes, aware of a strange sensation at the tips of my fingers. They tingled for a while, then they began to heat up. I checked, looked at them starting to form blisters rising above my knuckles and cracking the skin going up. Screaming in pain and shocked at what I was seeing, I fell to the ground and cried. There was no soul around. My cries for help went unanswered as the skin continued to bubble and crack, moving up to my elbows. Headlights appeared before my eyes. Although I was almost blinded by the pain, I recognized my father's car. He ran out, grabbing me under the armpits and pulling me into the vehicle. I kept screaming during the ride, showing him my arms that were disintegrating. We drove at full speed, my father cursing all the time. Pale-faced, he told me to hold on a little longer, that everything would soon be fine. I was expecting him to take me to the hospital. We arrived in our driveway. My entire arms and shoulders looked like minced meat, the skin blistering around my neck and going down my sides. It was the most intense agony I've ever felt. My body went into shock. I vaguely remember being carried out of the vehicle. My mother ran to help. We went upstairs, both moaning under my weight. Then darkness.